I have been informed from our own marketing team that content marketing is shifting under our feet. Now, whether you're a founder listening to this or you run revenue and or marketing for the organization, I think it's imperative to understand that what worked last year isn't necessarily what's going to work in the future. Now, as we'll first talk about what you're seeing changing in the market, and then we can bring it forward to how a marketing support team, a content marketing support team, can change the trajectory of an organization. So I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, absolutely, Jamie. So the main topic is content marketing for 2024, if I had to put it simply. Now, just to give you some kind of background, like why am I even talking about it? Our channel gained more than 1 million views within the last 6 months or so. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to content, right? What we have seen post-COVID, so we have seen a drastic shift in terms of the kind of content people were consuming while we had COVID. Post-COVID, things have changed drastically. So during COVID, we saw a rise in podcasts, and there were different kind of videos that we were watching. And pre-COVID, we even saw a rise in vlogs, like the one that you were talking about, people walking and talking or showing their daily life, like what they're doing. But in 2024, what we have seen is that people don't care about what's going on in your life kind of stuff anymore. Now they consume those kind of vlogs to be entertained, if I had to put it that way, and not to learn something new. But we know for a fact YouTube is world's second largest search engine. So 2024 overall content marketing, it has shifted drastically. How? Pre-COVID, what happened was people were watching vlogs, people were getting entertained a lot more. And during COVID, we saw a rise in podcasts. Funny enough, people got tired of listening to podcasts, and we had no idea that it would happen. Podcasts were so important, like so important, that YouTube even had a different button for podcast itself. It became that important overall. But post-COVID, now people usually do not want to listen to a podcast unless it's actually giving them some kind of value, unless the person who is in the podcast or the guest who is in the podcast is a subject matter expert. So that's what's going on with the podcast stuff. The other thing is people are not watching vlogs a lot more than they used to. Vlogs nowadays, people consider it as something to watch while they want to get entertained. Because if you think about it, like, what is a vlog? Most of the time, the vlog is where I am showing what's going on in my life. But do people really care about my life? They don't. Like, people care about their own life, the things they want to learn, things that they're interested in. And that's where we also saw a drastic decrease in popularity of vlogs. So what's working right now more than anything else is videos kind of like this, where somebody is talking about something very specific, and there are problems, there are solutions, there are steps that others can take that will really help them in their personal life or business. So that's kind of that's the kind of content that's working right now. Having said,
and it's being, just really quickly, it's being served to you in a form of shorts. So these are 1 minute 30 videos that are step. Yeah, it's like, and if you think about how they're described, these videos sound like, what is the situation? What is the problem or the opportunity? And what is the resolution? And you as the viewer are taking away a snackable insight that you can deploy in your business. Yeah.
Right. You can test things. You can say, hey, for the next 2 months or even 1 month, we are going to test this. Oh, it's not working. Move on. We are going to test something else. Oh, that's not working. Maybe move on and try something else. And then maybe we figure, oh, the third one actually is working. So this testing phase, I think, is very, very important. And look, with all respect, like I should not be saying a vlog should not work for you, like whoever you are watching, right? You should test it for yourself and then see if it's working or not. Or this kind of videos, we call it talking head videos. So this kind of videos where you are just in front of the camera and you're talking about a specific thing, you can test it. Or animation, you can test it. You can test out different kind of content and see exactly what's going on or what's working for you and your industry. What are your thoughts, Jamie?
You maybe make one video, you make a wild assumption based on the results of that one video. That's not enough testing to figure out if this is your style or if this is the medium you're going to go with.
Yeah. Just wanted to add like two more things. One, right now, quantity is the king. Like, why do we have a story that will disappear in 24 hours? That's what people now want, and platforms are recognizing it now, and they had this function where the videos will disappear in 24 hours. So right now is the time of quantity. Of course, quality will matter. But at the same
Quality
time,
is always there. Think of it as table stakes. Yeah.
Right. But we have to hit quantity. Last thing I want to finish this with is one of the biggest content marketer of the world right now is Gary Vaynerchuk, as we all know, right? He himself, this is one of the things what he said. He was asked, if I'm not wrong, that hey, what is the one piece of advice you have somebody who wants to do content marketing or anything that has to do with content? What is the one piece of advice? This is what he said. Again, I hope I'm not wrong. He said, whoever can produce content at the lowest cost will win. Whoever will be able to create content at lowest cost will win. The reason behind it, you have to keep producing content. It's not like that anymore, where we just make one really good quality content and that's it for a month, right? We have to hit the quantity. And the only way to win is keeping the cost so low that it doesn't hurt your revenue. So that you feel and you know for a fact that you will be making a lot more money because of how much money you're spending.
So I highly recommend, if you're a founder, CEO, chief revenue, chief marketing officer listening to this, share this podcast. Let your fellow revenue enabling leaders know that your sales and marketing support costs, they're another lever to be played with. So with that, Nazmul and I are going to sign out. This is Offshore to Profits.